it's signed Sir Percy.
I don't recall us ever having any royal relatives.
Oh, Catherine, the Crosby lineage is literally laced with endless lists of dukedoms and peerages and personages of faultless bloodlines.
But, darling, you never mentioned Sir Percy Crosby before, did you? What branch of the family is he from?
There's really only one way to find out. Merrie, hand me that book there, will you?
What is it?
This is a genealogical study of the Crosby family.
Is that like a family tree?
Well, I'm afraid in our case it may be more like a scruffy old bush. But looking up the family tree, I can see.
You can see?
See our genealogy, all the names and faces, dates and places, telling where and when and who we are. And how. By now. We managed to get this far. It's all here in black and white, verified, certified, cross-indexed, and referenced.
What's that name there?
Here, this one. This is my ancestor, Eric the Puce. He was a Viking.
Quarterback or running back?
No, he wasn't a Minnesota Viking. He was a Norse Viking. And he lived 12 centuries ago. It says here, there was a Viking, a Crosby Viking, a striking Norseman who was handsomer than most. He loved to pillage, to sack and pillage. Every village up and down the British coast. But while in Britain, the Isle of Britain, this lad was smitten by a lady young and fair. His heart was captured and so enraptured that he abandoned ship forever then and there. They were married and she soon gave birth to Helga, Sven, Bjorn, Big Ben, Winston, Jen, and Thor. They had so many children that the doctor moved next door.
But what about Sir Percival?
I'm coming to that. Soon there were children and children's children. The Crosby clan expanded all across the land. There was inflation in propagation. The population growth was almost out of hand. Each generation improved its station, and every nation soon had Crosbys by the flock. They made their way to Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and may I say that I've heard tales of Crosby's landing right on Plymouth Rock.
You're not suggesting that our ancestors came over on the Mayflower?
Well, Mayflower too, but first class.
That's different.
What kind of work did the Crosbys do?
They were a very active group. They did everything you could think of. There were sailors, jailers, whalers, tailors, men of high repute. In each profession was a Crosby.
Any singers?
Don't be cute.
You seem to have just about everybody represented there, darling. Still no sign of old Sir Percy, and the book is getting thin.
I'm only up to 1850.
Oh, is that where you come in?
Here are Crosbys in the ministry, in art and science too. Crosbys in the cabinet and Crosbys
In the zoo?
We had Crosbys in the military, soldiers brave and true.
But where is Sir Percy Crosby, Dad?
I haven't got a clue.
You haven't got a clue.
No, not a one have you.
Well, I really hate to say it, but perhaps we're not related.
Not related to Sir Percy?
Don't you think that just might be?
I don't mind as long as Percival is somehow related to me.
Boy, I sure hope so. 6,000 miles is a long way to go for a case of mistaken identity.
Come on.